who's that third wide receiver going to be for this offense moving forward?
Julio Jones out today with an injury. Leonard Fournette has a promising first run play of the day.
Locked in on yet so far this season.
You know what else been a challenge for him is these situations. Third and long. Brady steps into one, too tall and incomplete. Over Gage. Third down and long. Mariota looks to throw. He goes to the sideline, and it's pulled in by Anthony Ferkser. Second half. Converted third and long once. Here's third and long again, and a three-man pressure gets home. It's Tryon Shoyinka. A couple plays on this first drive. And it's got 8 men up around the line of scrimmage, and Brady looks to throw over it. Given time, he's got a man. It's Godwin for a first down into Falcons territory. They flip it to Fournette on the edge. Couple of blockers, head of steam, and a first down for Leonard Fournette. So thanks to that dependability, a third and short instead of the third and long. And Brady takes advantage, finding Godwin once more. Even as much as they throw it, fewer sacks than any team in the NFL. 10th play of the drive. Brady tries it again over the middle. Cade Otton, the tight end. Remember Atlanta last week, really good up front, some short yardage situations. Fournette, it's going to be close. Boy, it is going to be really close as Leonard Fournette tried to hammer it right into the teeth of that defense. Falcon football by a couple of chain links. What a stand by Grady Jarrett and that Falcons defense. It's sickening, devastating, hard to accept. All kinds of terms about how bad it was on defense. Algier gashes him here. The fact that there's not a whole lot of experience behind it. On third and long, Mariota tucks it. He's got great wheels. He's got a first down. Marcus Mariota. Big rushing game week 1. Falcons 2 for 3 on third down. Mariota, well protected. Zips one for London. His first catch of the day goes for 25 yards and a first down. There is a flag in the backfield, though.
Hold it. Offense. Number 67.
Been one of the least penalized teams in the NFL. They cost themselves 36 yards there. This is Brian Edwards. Only his second catch of the year. Gets back a chunk of it.
He's kind of getting up to speed, but you got Shaq Mason and Tristan Wirfs on that right side.
Now through the air, it's White. It's hurting him on the first drive when he took a hit from Grady Jarrett. Another throw on second down, and in stride he's got Cade Otton. Already there for his first 3, 10 of his last 12. Taking a shot here, Scotty Miller, broken up. Great coverage from Casey Hayward.
Right in his face, and it's just like, I know where to go with this.
Pressure again, this time picked up, so Brady's got time. He wants Evans. Mike Evans pulls it in. Comes back in. He'll block for Godwin, who's got a first down. First down and goal for Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette. He's in. Touchdown Bucs. Third and 10, a twist up front, picked up, steps into one and has Hodge, slips a tackle and gets a first down. Third down and 7, the running back is the fullback, Keith Smith, who's not touched the ball yet this year. Three-man rush, still gets home, got rid of it but incomplete. And it was Tryon Shoyinka who's got a sack in this game. Defense giving him a shot. From an empty set, they bring pressure and Brady beats it. Hitting a crossing Russell Gage for a first down.
Everything they've experienced through their careers.
Second and 3 all day. Scotty Miller, second catch, first down. Pease's time as the DC in New England. 04 to 09, they were together there. Went against each other in practice often. It's White. It's another first down. 3:20 to go in the half. Pressure's picked up. Brady's got a wide open Chris Godwin. And it looks like 7 on 7 right now. Got to snap it. 2-second differential. On third down, Brady steps into Cade Otton. Having his breakout game. First down to the 10. Third down and goal. Just a 3-man rush. So tight windows and an underneath throw for Miller. It's 4th and goal. Brady's got it. Time for Mariota. Wide open, Zacchaeus. Olamide Zacchaeus with his first catch of the day. Instead, 2nd and 10. Mariota in trouble. Ball comes out. He's able to get it back. And he missed. Who is accurate but doesn't have the biggest leg. Oh boy, Fournette's wide open. He'll get him into field goal range. Out of bounds. It's a wobbler, but it's there. And it's a 6-point swing to finish off this first half. Uses that speed there for a loss of 1. Play action on 2nd down. Mariota's again well protected, but the coverage is tight, and he's sacked from behind. For a quick stop here. Facing a 4-man rush, Brady finds Fournette, who needs the 36. He's going to get it.
But he's got a corner out there that's trying to tackle.
Fournette again. Stiff arms Anderson. Breaks another tackle. Leonard Fournette, a wrecking ball for 9.
And now you can see how they can get methodical with you and just grind out the clock.
Corner blitz this time. It's picked up. Brady steps into one. What a shot. Evans breaks a tackle. Mike Evans inside the 5. Lined up as a fullback. A fake to Fournette. A throw from Brady and a touchdown for Tampa. 2nd of the day for Fournette. 1 on the ground, 1 through the air. Play clock down to 1. Brady gets it off. White out of the backfield, not there. He finds Gage, and they got 2. Now we continue to think and pray for all those affected. Mariota keeps it and runs straight ahead for a big play. Marcus Mariota crosses the 40. It's an unbalanced line for the Falcons. Play action pass. Mariota sacked. There had a couple defenders waiting on him. Logan Hall was joined by Devin White. 2nd day of training camp. That means that man there, Robert Hainsey, 2nd-year man out of Notre Dame, has taken over at center. Fournette against Anderson. Stiff-armed him to get loose, but was pulled down. Only the 7th play today in Tampa Bay territory for Atlanta. That's 32 comparison on the other side. Here's a big hole for Caleb Huntley. Huntley keeps the legs turning to the 20. 2nd and goal from the 8. It's Williams into the short side of the field. The smallest of the running backs slips free and scores a touchdown. Key block from Drew Dahlman in the center, and Williams from 8 yards. 2nd down and 10. Fake to Huntley. Mariota steps into a throw. That is Drake London with a catch.
No, I would think that he's probably going to try and get a chunk of it and then make a decision.
Mariota's in trouble and sacked for the 5th time today. This time it's Vita Vea.
That they had just 42 seconds.
On 3rd down, Brady throws incomplete. Evans wasn't looking for it. Caleb Huntley comes in at running back. Bucs show pressure and bring it. It's picked up, and there's a toss for Parker Hesse. Well, 2 of the best playmakers in Patterson and the tight end Pitts. There's a dart, and there's the rookie Drake London settled in that zone. And Tampa Bay's got 5 sacks in this game. They bring pressure. Mariota has London right at the marker. Drake London's hands. How sticky are those gloves? That easy one-hander. Zacchaeus breaks the tackle. Touchdown Atlanta. The Falcons are still breathing. It's a 1-score game here in Tampa. 2-point play. Play action. Back of the end zone. It's Hodge. It's good. And it's a 6-point game. Leonard Fournette with a big hole. And a 1st down. They moved the chains for the first time in a long time. Maybe a cliche, but they're living it today. Brady steps into pressure, and it's incomplete, but a flag down.
Holding. Defense, number 24. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. 1st down.
Working on Mike Evans on the inside. Wow.
Welcome those of you that just watched New England take down Detroit. Tom Brady on third down, scans the field and gets sacked. Grady Jarrett brings him down. But then a flag flies.
Yeah, I don't think Grady slammed Tom to the ground. I think he's coming around and he's got him by the hips and he's rolling through the tackle.
The passes. Defense, number 97. 15-yard penalty. Automatic.
I'm with you, Coach. Grady's coming all the way from here. Watch him come all the way around. Now he's going to be down onto the hips of Tom Brady while he's in pursuit, so he's spinning around too. There's no intent to hurt the quarterback right there. You can see Tom's reaction. There's been a couple of calls here in this situation for Atlanta to hold on. I just don't know how you call that. That is not in the spirit of the rule, the way it was created to protect quarterbacks going to the ground. And when that happened, and to have everything come down to this drive and have a couple of the calls we have has been disappointing.
That is a strike from Mike Evans. There's a bunch of great games going on around the NFL today. There's a tight one in New Orleans with another NFC South team. New Orleans has just taken a 39-32 lead over Seattle, and we're going to give you bonus coverage of that game.